The government has announced plans to increase the salary of National Police Service Officers, National Prison Service Officers, and National Youth Service Officers by 40% in the next 3 years. Speaking in State House, Nairobi, after receiving recommendations from the David Maraga Led task force, President William Ruto says the salary adjustments are aimed at boosting the morale of men and women in uniform. And as Timothy Kipnusu reports, it is during the occasion that the head of state said this administration will not condone corruption in the public sector.
The task force was asked to examine and review the various aspects that touch on the welfare, terms and conditions of service.
On Thursday, the former Chief Justice David Maraga Led team presented the recommendation report on police reforms to President William Ruto. It is here that the President announced plans to increase the remuneration of National Police Service Officers, National Prison Service Officers, and National Youth Service Officers.
I want to assure our men and women in uniform that as they put their lives at risk to protect Kenya, the government of Kenya and the people of Kenya will stand by them to make sure that they serve in conditions that are sensitive to the responsibilities and the huge sacrifices that they are making.
During the occasion, the President pledged to deal decisively with corruption in the public service.
Corruption has been cited quite frequently and described as systemic, endemic, entrenched, deeply embedded, and rampant. Clearly, we have a serious problem in there, in that we have never developed in these services the capacity to serve the nation to any satisfactory standard. And as a result, the services have become increasingly suboptimal and problematic.
You must also give back to society by giving commensurate service. We want to see improvement in terms of the way you serve the people of Kenya. We want police officers to do away with corruption as a way of also appreciating the reforms that have been initiated by the President.
The issue of underfunding came into the fore, with the President promising to channel funds in the 3 forms of service to improve on service delivery.
The task force has diagnosed 4 primary problems in our services that have hampered effective and efficient service delivery, rendered them resistant to growth and transformation, and collapsed their stature in the eyes of many Kenyans. The problems are broadly underfunding.
The government also announced that no officer will serve for more than 3 years in a single station. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has in the meantime lauded the Interior Ministry for general improvement of security situation in the country.
For the last 1 year, Your Excellency, serious incidents of crime have not been reported, and crime has been controlled to what you call acceptable levels. The guns are silent in North Rift, in Northern Kenya, and other than petty crime, there is general improvement of the security situation in the country.
The David Maraga task force that consists of 20 members was appointed by President William Ruto on 21st December 2022 to look into improvement of terms and condition of service and other reforms for members of the National Police Service and Kenya Prison Service. Timothy Kipnusu for Prime Edition.